everyone. Sorry for the delay. I had a bit of a technical issue and I thought I could stream live without having actually practiced it. So I'm coming in a little bit delayed. I'm sorry. But however, today is all about the anti-aging skincare. So thanks to everybody who joined me on Monday and those who managed to watch back at a later stage. So today is a recap about skincare for aging skin. So basically, if you're not in your early 20s, now you'll find that actually your skin is aging and so you're losing hyaluronic acid and your skin will start to age. So this is all about skincare for you if you're in that age bracket or above, okay? So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Chantal Coombs. I'm the nurse and the owner at the Sugarbox Clinic. And so I'm going to be going through the products with you. And I think we should start. So today, like I said, we're going to recap a little bit about what I did on Monday in case you haven't seen it. And it's just basically to reiterate all the basics of skincare, which I'm sure you all know, but it's always nice to have a little reminder just so you can maybe make small tweaks. Somebody messaged me the other day saying, thank you, one small change was just using a flannel. So little things like that. If we can make small changes, then we can make incremental improvements to our skin. And like I said, today's about skincare advice, and I'm going to go through the individual product prices versus buying sets. Now, what tends to happen is you don't always have everything you need in a set, but the sets are much cheaper than buying them individually. So that's a bonus. And then I'm going to go through some freebies and how you can claim them from us in the clinic, and I'll pop those on the end for you so you can have a little look. So skincare guide, what you'll notice is in the morning and in the evening our skincare routine is kind of similar, but in the morning you really need to be adding sun protection. Now today it's a bit of a rainy, cloudy day depending on where you live, and some of you might think, oh, I'm not going to put any sunblock on, but actually the UVA rays are the same all year round. And just because we don't have the B rays, which are the burning rays in the time that we tend to wear sunblock, just because the sun isn't out and it's causing us, putting us at risk of burning, it doesn't mean we shouldn't wear it, because actually the sun is the biggest culprit for us aging. So in the morning, I want you to get up in the morning, and especially now I suppose we're all out of our routine, and maybe even though we're trying to keep to routine, if you're like me, I'm not wearing as much makeup as I usually do, and actually I just fell out of the routine of washing my face regularly because I didn't have foundation on. And so I want you to get back into this routine and use a flannel. I can tell if my girls haven't used a flannel on their skin for a day or two, and it makes a massive difference. So hot flannel under the hot water, and it's lovely and warm, so when you open it up you can use that on your face to cleanse your skin, ready to apply your toner and your serum, and then of course your moisturizer and your sun protection. So you can have moisturizers with sun protection in them, but if not, I'll go through some sun protection items that you can have here. So here we are. Now, one thing I always advocate is to use sun protection with a physical block. Now you'll see here I've got zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, and they're what I call physical blocks. And next week I'm going to be getting a webcam, and so instead of just doing it on my phone, I can get a webcam, and you'll be able to see me in the corner of the screen as well. So, and right now I'm just holding my hands out and I'm kind of trying to show you little circles, but basically physical blocks sit like, imagine mini mirrors sitting on the surface of your skin, and the UVA rays come into the skin and then they bounce straight off. So that's a physical block. So they literally sit there until they're rubbed or washed off. Okay. Now a chemical block absorbs the UV rays and then stops working after a period of time, which is why zinc oxide, titanium dioxide are actually much more effective as a sunblock than a chemical block. Now, some people who have sensitive skin actually usually are more sensitive to the chemical block. So it's always worth trying different ones, checking the ingredients. So, for example, I've got a picture of a Nivea sunblock there, and I always used to tell this story to my customers, and I would say, Do you know what? My mum gave me a factor 50 for my kids to wear on holiday. And I remember she took us to Malaysia and I had my favourite skincare product for my face. But do you know what? I think I must have had it for 5 years. But we just used to put like the tiniest little pea-sized amount on our faces. And they didn't catch the sun at all on their face. And yet they had a factor 30, but it was a physical block. So it had zinc in. And yet on their body, where they went pink, and so they kind of like had a slight burn on their shoulders, was when they had the factor 50. I've even got a story where a customer of mine said, I just don't understand. She said, I bought 2 sunblocks, one for around the eyes and one for on the face. She said, but the one around the eyes, she said, I haven't caught the sun at all. She said, but it's a 30, and on the rest of the face, it's a 50. So she would have expected to see more burning around the eyes. And the reason for that is and I said to check the ingredients, and it was a physical block that she had around the eyes, and it was a chemical block on the rest of the face. So where possible, try and get ones with a physical block. So zinc oxide or titanium dioxide, so you can see them here. And, they do vary in price significantly, like ELEMIS, their daily defense, theirs is £46. Our customers on the whole love the HelioCare, and this one you can see is the gel cream light. Lots of people love this and use it in place of foundation, especially when they're going on holiday. Maybe during lockdown where you can't be bothered to put makeup on. This is an ideal product. So the price, I guess you could think of it as a foundation, really, as a replacement, and you've got that nice, excellent sun protection in there. The only downside about this Nivea, which is something that we actually would advise for customers to use after laser, is it's much greasier. So and it's kind of got a very white tinge to it. So wearing that on the face isn't ideal. So you do want to get one that's designed to wear on the face and is non-comedogenic, so it doesn't block the pores and then doesn't cause you to have any outbreaks. Okay, so sun protection every day. Some reps that we see over the years, I always remember this one lady, she would say, if you can see sunshine in your house, you've got to wear sun protection. So the minute you wake up, you need to have sun protection. So if you think, while you're sat now, and I imagine you're sat indoors, if you can see daylight, then that is the UV rays bouncing in through the window. And just like if you were driving, the UVB rays don't penetrate through glass, so you don't burn. But the UVA rays are the aging rays, and they can penetrate through glass. So that on Monday's tutorial, you would have seen the trucker who had a lot of sun damage on the one side. And that's because the A rays come through glass. So there we have it. Now, skincare in the evening, like I said, slightly different. But again, you want to cleanse with a flannel. If you want to use cleansers with alpha hydroxy acid, so something that is going to really slough away the dead skin cells, then you're going to need a cleanser that will remove your makeup. And we always then recommend to double cleanse. So remove your makeup first, and then of course use a cleanser then that can maybe treat a problem issue. But if you're going to cleanse, make sure you do double cleanse. You'll notice a big difference. And again, nice hot flannel under the tap. Once you've used your flannel, don't forget to just use a bit of soap and water, rinse it out, pop it on the radiator, or on the tap. Maybe it'll dry in this lovely warm weather. Okay, and I always say, if you are going to start using flannels, and some people don't like to use them, it's just buy 7 and just chuck them straight into the wash basket if you're not a big fan of them. So double cleanse. Right, after that, then you'll want to apply your toners to allow any residual oils and things like that to be removed from the skin. But also, some of them do help to restore the skin's natural pH, which is great. So you can restore the pH balance. And then you want to use a serum and possibly a moisturizer, and a different kind of moisturizer in the evening. But I'll go into that now. So cleansers, Kerry asked me about cleansers, and she's very keen to know. Now, if you have, this is where I was going to write lots of different slides for my presentation. I was thinking, there were too many variations, but you could use the sensitive cleansing wash, which is lovely. It's great for removing makeup. But if you want, because we're talking about aging now, if you want to hydrate the skin, I personally love the Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. It doubles up as a mask, so maybe twice a week you can just leave it on the skin. So if you have a bath, get nice hot flannel, leave it on the surface of your skin, inhale the aromas. This is just by far everyone's favorite, the Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm, especially the original one. It is beautiful, and it's well, I can't rate it highly enough. It's absolutely wonderful. So if you wear something like double wear foundation, which is really hard to remove from the skin, then this will literally just kind of really melt it away and really just kind of lift it away from the skin. So this is brilliant. Another one there, you can't see in quite detail, but that one is the Omega cleansing oil. Now the great thing about that, again, that helps to lift the impurities. Great for removing stubborn foundation that likes to stay on, like the double wear, and really great for hydrating the skin as well. Now with both of these, it's very important that you use your flannel. So hot flannel, wipe the residual oils away, but you will have lovely hydrated skin left as a result. Okay. Oh, and half of my pictures disappeared on the toner. So that one was the ginseng toner. And again, like I said, that's great for just removing any residual residue on the skin. Helps the moisturizer to penetrate. You'll feel, the best way to describe it is you feel like your skin feels much smoother when you've used a toner. And with this one, I'm not sure if I mentioned, yes, I mentioned earlier about the restoring the natural pH. Okay, so that one's really good. Moisturizer then in the day. Now, it really depends on how dehydrated your skin is. And I absolutely love the Pro Collagen Marine Cream. There's one sold every 3 seconds across the world. But it is by far the most popular moisturizer, the most popular product that ELEMIS have. You can buy it with the SPF or without. So like I said about the sensitivity, this one has a chemical block, so if you have sensitivity to specific ingredients, then you may want to go for the original one. And then if you don't decide to go for the Pro Collagen Marine Cream, is you have the Ultra Rich. So if your skin is quite dehydrated and it needs to have a little bit more hydration, especially if you're in the sun now in this weather. So serum. Oh, I didn't pop my serum. So the Peptide 4 actually have a new serum which was launched recently. Of course, we haven't been able to launch it in clinic, and it's part of the peptide range. And I've got to be honest, I am a big fan of the peptide night oil, if that was something that you would want to use. But here I've just included the Pro Collagen Oxygenating Night Cream. So again, it's just having something just a little bit richer in the evening. But it will vary depending on how your skin is. And I always say to people, so for example, if some people come along and they've got, just going to let my dog in. Some people come along maybe with, for example, an outbreak of on their skin. Now, I would always say to people, if they're going to use our Neostrata range, then think of it as a medicine. So you use the medicine to treat the issue. Once the issue is resolved, is then you can stop using it. So just like you would with a medicine. And then you can go back to your botanical products like the ELEMIS skincare products. Okay. So as your skin changes from, the sunny weather and then the rainy weather, then I think it's always important to be flexible. So if you've already got skincare and you're not sure what to buy, you don't have to buy all of these if you want to change. Just gradually think about changing one item at a time and just gradually replacing whatever it is that you need in stock, and then you gradually build on the items that you've got. Let's close the door. Right, so individual items here. We've got the Pro Collagen Marine Cream. Let's see where it is. I'll show you with my arrow. So we got the Pro Collagen Marine Cream SPF here. Now that one is £87, and we've got the Pro Collagen Marine Cream Ultra Rich, which is also £87. So basically they're the same price. Now you can see both of those. These are 50ml products. And in the ELEMIS Younger Looking You set, it's a 30 ml. So it's more than 50% of what's actually in there. But the whole set you can see is £69. So remember I was saying about how the sets are so much better than buying them individually. So wherever there is a set, these absolutely fly out the door. We bought a whole load of extra ones just before lockdown, but so we still have some in stock. But you can see the Pro Collagen Cleanse Balm, that's ever so slightly smaller. I forget what the size is now, but it's ever so slightly smaller than the bigger one. This one is, I believe, 104 grams, and that one's just slightly smaller. So again, you've got your cleanser, you've got your moisturizer, and then you have a travel size oxygenating night cream, which you can see is here, and that one in itself is £99. So the 50 ml is £99, but you do get 15 ml in your little set. And in your set, actually, you do get a flannel in there as well, which is really great. So you get the nice ELEMIS branded flannel, and you also get an extra item, which is the eye renewal cream. So that's perfect, because we actually haven't touched on eye creams, which are really, really important, especially if you're considering problem areas around there. I always say, make sure you use eye products first. Your nourishing cleansing oil, then, if you fancied using that. One thing I wanted to mention about the cleansing oil is you can just apply the oil onto the skin, and that helps to really break down any makeup and dirt and remove the dirt from the skin. But you can actually just apply a little bit of water in the oil, and it'll just turn it into a lovely silky, like milky solution. So there are two ways that you can use that. So you've got those individual products, and then you've got the £69 for the whole set. Okay, so we've got those in stock. Now, the other option, there is another set at the top here called My Treasures, and we've got the Pro Collagen. These are both full-size items. So we've got the Pro Collagen Marine Cream 50 ml, which, like I say, is £87. And they've got the new Neroli Cleansing Balm. So if you love a cleansing balm, it's their new fragrance. And it's beautiful. It comes in a really nice display box as well, so it's something that you can just kind of use after, if you're like me and you like to have your boxes, and you've got that. And of course, look, you've got your ELEMIS flannel there, and so that one is £95. So again, it is much cheaper than buying the products individually, but it all depends on what it is that you want to have and what you want to purchase. If you get stuck, mind, just leave me a message, and I'd be really happy to help you, okay, with that. And somebody asked me as well, sorry, I've forgotten her name, I think it might have been Mandy, was asking about large pores. Now, the brilliant thing is ELEMIS launched this actually just before lockdown, and that was the Peptide 4 Overnight Radiance Peel. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's got the key actives in there. So it's got lactic acid, it's got the alpha hydroxy acids, got the flower milk, and something called night scented stock, which is basically British. And what they say, it's got a lovely story where they say it's 9 miles from field to face. So basically it's grown in East Anglia, and it's 9 miles from the field to the lab where they make it, and they extract the oil. And they say that this oil actually is it's 10 times more vitamin E than in other essential oils that claim to have vitamin E in them. So it's much more potent. And what you'll find is the milks which are in this solution really hydrate and keep the skin nice and soft and supple. And also, it's because it's got the lactic acid, it helps to resurface the skin, so it helps to exfoliate all of those dead skin cells away, and helping to expose beautiful new soft cells. If you imagine your newer cells, and I don't know if you remember me saying on Monday, to go from a new cell to an old cell can take 28 days, but as we get older, sometimes those cells stay on the skin, and actually they can be there for 40 days, 52 days. And as those dead skin cells stay on the surface of the skin, our skin looks duller. And it's not because our skin is duller, it's just the dead skin cells are on the surface, and so they don't look nice and bright. So if you want to reveal those nice, beautiful new cells underneath, this will help to exfoliate those away. So even though it says it's a radiance peel, it's not something where your skin will peel. You'll put it on in the evening. You won't wake up and your skin has peeled. It's gentle enough to be exfoliating and to work. And it's if you imagine, as a 30-day treatment. But it helps to gently exfoliate those dead skin cells away. Okay. So I would recommend this for people who maybe have got dull skin or a busy lifestyle, and you just need something where your skin is a little bit stressed and you want to just kind of make it look a little bit more rested and much brighter. So this is a really nice one. I forgot to put the price on it, but that one is £56. So all of our products, we're doing 20% discount. And I'll go through that with you. So also, as part of that, we're also doing the 20% discount, like I said, but you'll also get entered into the raffle. So you can win a men's ELEMIS set. So it's Father's Day around the corner. And a shoulder, neck and back massage gift voucher as well. So that's worth £55. I'll also give you a free flannel. We'll give you some free samples. And I'll also give away some travel items worth up to £25. So I'll give you a nice little set if you do decide you want to purchase through us. And we'd be happy, if you're going to support us, we're happy to support you in return with some extra freebies. And I think, have I got something else? Oh, yes, I wanted to mention Trading Standards. That's right. So I actually spoke to Trading Standards yesterday. It's because we, as you know, in the clinic, we do consider ourselves to provide the best service. And this group really, like I said, is designed to bring confidence in cosmetics for you. So we always do things by the book. If we're saying we're doing LVL lashes, we're using the LVL lash product. And the same thing for, if we're going to open, we're going to open safely, so we're all COVID secure. But also we wanted to check with Trading Standards to make sure that we were allowed to offer products to you, and we're allowed to post them out, or we're allowed for you to come and collect them. So what they've said is, as long as it's a click and collect type thing where you pay over the phone, or you can pay online. So I am setting up an e-commerce page, which I'm hoping to get up and running. Then as long as when you arrive, we will leave the products outside for you. I'll put a little table outside, and we can do that outside. But what you can't do is you can't come and have a little browse at the products and then decide, because that defeats the object of click and collect. Okay, so if you do want products, I'd be very happy to help you, and I'll give you a lovely gift bag with all of these little extras in there as well, and you get entered into the raffle, which I will do when locked down. Oh, well, actually, I'll do that before Father's Day. So I'm not entirely sure what date it is, but I'm sure somebody will remind me. So let me know how this presentation was for you. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Let me know if it was kind of too slow, too fast, if it was, too advanced or too basic. Let me know what you'd like a little bit more of. So, and I forgot to mention that Mandy asked about the open pores, and that product is brilliant for helping to reduce pore size. So we've got that exfoliating element of the lactic acid. So this is a great product, by the way, for pore size. So if you've got questions or concerns about specific products like Kerry and Mandy have asked, then I'd be really happy to help you, and I'll create a new presentation and I can bring all of those answers for you. All right. I hope you all have a lovely evening. If I can call you, if I can help you at all, give me a call. So this number, it's our clinic number, and it still comes through. It's an internet phone, so I can point it anywhere. So if I'm out and about, I can answer the call, or it will just come through to my home address. So give me a call if you need anything, or leave me a message on Facebook, and I'd be happy to help. And when this video goes onto YouTube, you can also leave us a comment down below on YouTube, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Okay, so have a good evening, everyone, and I shall see you again shortly. Bye.